All right, everybody, we're back with Radhi Shah from the Dallas Metroplex area selling residential real estate. And she's going to talk to us today about her top 3 types of properties that she likes to invest in and why.
Good to be here. So I have invested in some properties and I've seen good returns also when I sold them and bought multiple properties from the sale using a 1031 exchange. So my philosophy is it should be easy to rent out
Mm,
because the worst thing you can do is buy an investment property and it stays vacant,
mm-hmm.
and because that'll eat up all of the profit.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit conservative by nature, and I have bought small 3-bedroom single story homes because those appeal to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Move down, first time people who are going to be a first time home buyer, and they rent and then they start families and so on. And those have been really easy to buy as well as easy to rent out. So most of mine rent out within the first couple of weeks max. Once in a while, if we overprice it a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
then it takes about a month, but nothing longer than that. And one of the other things I love to do is any home that I buy, I will update it so
Mm,
that you're increasing value as well as you get great tenants who love the home
absolutely.
and will take care of it.
Perfect. So yours is a single family home model, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, we have purchased a bunch of different types of properties. So I've done single family as well. I've done condos. The
Hmm.
benefits to singles and condos I've found is that you can put all the costs on the tenant, like including the water. Like here in New England
Yes.
with multifamily, you can't charge the water to the tenant.
Hmm.
But then also for singles and condos, like they could take care of the trash and the snow removal and those things. In New England, a 2-family, you could put those items on the tenant, but a 3 and up, the landlord has to do it. So that then increases the costs. Do you have any multifamilies in the Dallas area?
A lot of multifamilies. We even have duplexes, fourplexes. I have not invested myself in them. What I have done regarding multifamily is invested with a bigger company.
Mm,
The name's ARC, and what we've done is they are managing it, and they update, and then their plan is to hold the apartment complex for 5 years max, and
mm.
then they get great returns. So that's I have not personally bought or managed multifamily, but we have relationships with other agents who do.
Mhm.
And that can be also extremely useful because you are dividing the cost basically between multiple tenants.
Yep.
So one unit is empty, the others are paying some of your bills, and so that's also a great model. Like you are an expert in that, and so yes. But we have some great opportunities here in Dallas for
Yeah, I
multifamily.
used to always say with the multis, the more units under one roof, you only have to still pay for one roof when the time comes, so
Exactly,
but you have
exactly.
to evaluate the deals and see what works.
Mhm.
Sometimes the singles can produce better actually because you can get more rent per unit. So it just depends.
Right.
You just have to evaluate the deal. Um, is there a huge Airbnb market where you guys are?
We do have a good market, but that is changing. A lot of cities are now taking control of it.
Mm, mm,
And especially if you have an HOA, they don't
mm.
like
Yep.
Airbnbs, the homeowners association. So you have to be careful buying an Airbnb. The more
Right.
independence you have, the better it is.
So do your research with the town before you buy if you're planning on
Yeah,
Airbnb.
absolutely.
Yeah, one of our associates, Kat, she had a client who had to sell because the town had restricted those types of rentals, and then she couldn't make the money she was used to making, so the property wasn't worth it anymore.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Have to be careful. but that's a great model too to make good money. And we have both of us actually have a colleague in Destin, Florida. They have a lot of Airbnbs. So there are certain areas where Airbnbs are quite popular because they're tourist areas, you know.
Yeah, exactly. We're renovating our cottage right now in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. We're 200 feet from the water, and we have
Amazing.
plans to Airbnb it. And I've calculated the initial budget, and we
Hmm.
should be able to get about $850 a night for the 3 different spaces that we're going to have. So and that's just
Fantastic.
9 to 12 weeks in the summer, and then we're close to a college, so we can rent to graduate students in the winter, because that timing lines up with the seasons, so the summer season will end, college students come in, and we've already done that in another town in Rhode Island, and so we know that model. It works really well. And so if anybody has any questions about Airbnb in certain areas, we both can certainly help you. I'm sure possibly Airbnbs near the stadium would probably be good in Dallas, but that's only for game
We
days, right?
true, but we anywhere we go, we stay in Airbnbs,
Yeah,
you
us too.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you can some of the cities require a license, and so
Hmm.
you have to apply. So there are ways to do it, and but you need to be careful.
Absolutely. So just do your due diligence, right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you, Roddy. I look forward to talking to you next time.
Same here.